All right, we are live. This is the very first time we'll be going live on multi streams. Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. We are live on Facebook, we are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on TikTok. So let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me all right. Okay, I need to be sure that my audio is good. I need to be sure that we are live. All right. I want to believe you can all hear me, so I will go right to it. So you're welcome, 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 welcome to my very first Soft Life webinar series. I have been meaning to, do this for a while, but so many things have been coming up. But I had to tell myself we will do this before the end of the year. And thankfully, we are here. Okay. So I'm working based on faith that you guys can hear me clearly on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. My TikTok is here. I am confident that my TikTok people can hear me. So let us get started. So today we are really talking about the 5-step blueprint to thrive and live a soft life here in Canada. All right. So if you're a newcomer to Canada, even if you saw this by chance, I want you to come closer because today is your lucky day. Okay. If you're new in Canada and you're just seeing this, I want you to come closer. I want you to grab a pen and grab a journal, and I want you to stay with me till the end. Okay. I'm going to take this off, and I think we are good. Okay. All right. So let me get started. Let me just make sure that all the platforms are working. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, my name is Lady Teresa, aka your soft life strategist. I usually tell people that I am that person you should have called when you landed Canada to show you how to live a soft life in Canada. Okay, having stayed here for 5 years, I can confidently say I have cracked the code to living a soft life here in Canada, and we are going to talk about it today in 5 steps. Okay. All right. Now, why should you listen to me? If you see me looking elsewhere, I'm just looking at the different monitors. Okay. Why should you listen to me? Like I said, my name is Lady Teresa. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a certified life and sales coach, I'm a trainer. I came to Canada in 2020 with my family. And by August, I became licensed as an insurance advisor, and I'm licensed across 7 provinces. Why did I choose to become a licensed insurance advisor? When I came to Canada, I had a job. I got a job. I was doing okay. But if there's one thing I have always learned, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, that one thing I've learned is you have to plan for something before it happens. So when I saw the opportunity to do the exam and get licensed, I was like, okay, I may not need it now, but I want to get licensed. Number one, so I can learn and have financial education, because you can't be in a country without knowing how the financial system of that country works. So in the beginning, my goal was basically to just learn about the financial system. But secondly, I knew there was an opportunity to make money with it. But at that time in 2022, I didn't need it. But I have always learned that you start a business before you need the money. You don't start a business when you need the money from that business. That's like planting a seed and expecting to eat from that seed. You have to give it time until it becomes fruit before you can eat it. And so in 2022, I took that decision to plant the seed. I was like, okay, let me get my exam done, let me get licensed. And I was learning and just going at it at a very soft pace as the soft life queen that I am. You guys already know me. So, and guess what? In 2025 January, I then needed it because due to family dynamics, family situation, I couldn't continue with my paid job because it was, clashing with other responsibilities that I have at home. So I had to leave the job. And at that time, this thing that I started in 2022 now came true for me. If I didn't start it in 2022, I probably won't be able to leave my job. So this is what I tell people, that I finally retired after 5 years in Canada, right? And this is what made it possible for me to retire. All right. Now, this is a little bit about me. And my mission, basically, what I tell people is that my mission is to help immigrants in Canada, especially moms like me, because we might be in similar situation, we have similar desires, we have similar dreams. But my goal really is to help every newcomer and every immigrant to let you know that soft life is possible. Whatever soft life means to you, I want to let you know that it is possible. That is my mission. And that's on period, like my Gen Zers would say, right? This is not a this is not a guesswork. This is something I'm telling you, it is possible. So if you're a newcomer to Canada and you've heard so many things, people have told you it's so hard, things are so hard, you have to just get something, you have to hustle, you have to get 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I want you to see me today, and I want you to see me as an evidence. I want you to see me as that person that is giving you the evidence that it is still possible for you to live a soft life. That's my work. So as of today, I earn from home, I work from home, and I've built a 7-figure legacy. And I'm from home. I'm not doing 2 jobs. I built a 7-figure legacy without doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, without packing shift, basically living life and doing my work on my own terms. Okay. And that is really what we're going to talk about today, because every single thing, every single experience, every single financial decision I have made or I've researched or I've heard about, we are going to talk about it today. Okay. Now, before we go started, I would like to meet you, okay? Like I said, if you're a newcomer, you're an immigrant, you're just seeing me for the first time, just come closer, sit down, get a pen, get a journal, and let's have a conversation, all right? I may not be seeing your face, but I want to have a conversation with you, okay? I'm going to be asking you some questions. You could think about them. You can write them. If you want to put them in the comment, you can put them in the comment. But I want you to think about this. I don't know if anybody has asked you some of these questions. If nobody has asked you, then this is the first time that we're going to be asking and we're going to be having this chat. I hope you would find it valuable. So the first question I would like to ask is, how are you currently earning income? How are you currently making money in this country? And how is that working for you? Like I said, this might be food for thought, or this might be literal question that I need you to write and answer. How are you currently making money in this country? And how is that working out for you? I'm sharing this because as a mom, I have my daycare is just my child's daycare is just around the corner. And one of these days I dropped him off at daycare and I saw a child that was there. This child was napping at 10 a.m. I think I dropped him around 9 or so, 9 or 10. And this child was napping already. Like they were he was trying not to sleep, but he was sleepy. It was so sleepy. So out of curiosity, I just asked the the teacher that, it's too early. Like, why is this child already, like, the child was really dozing, and they don't want the children to sleep at that time because they have a nap time. If they sleep at that time, they will not have they won't be able to sleep during nap time, and then they will disturb other kids. So out of curiosity, I asked, and the lady said, oh, the mom brings that child so early. He's one of the first people to come to that daycare. Why? Because of course she has work. So she has to go to work. So she brings that child very, very early. Literally the one that opens the daycare, you know, and then has to go to work. So most likely the child was probably woken up way, way, way too early. And now this child is dozing. And this child is probably maybe 2 years old or so. So that thing kind of struck me. And I was like, it's not enough to say, I'm working, I'm making money. But what is the cost of that thing that you're doing, the way you are making that money? What is the cost of it? Have you thought about it? Now, what is the cost? What is it costing you? So those are some of the things I want you to reflect on today as you're listening to me. Okay. The second question is, have you explored earning income in any other way? Either maybe through business, online, any other way apart from the one that you know. There is the traditional one that is in our head, that is how we know how to make money. I always say there are 9 different ways to make money. 9, right? But a lot of people just know one or two, right? So have you explored it? Have you tried to figure out what are these 9 ways that I can earn income, and which one of it might be better than what I am currently doing? Like I said, I'm just getting to meet you. Just food for thought. Number 3 question that I have for you today is, when it comes to saving and investing, what are you currently doing? How are you saving? How are you investing? Are you even saving? Are you investing? What is the situation? Hi, Miriam. Thank you for joining. Yes, we can talk after the live. Okay. So that's the question. What are you currently doing when it comes to saving and investing? Because you have to first know where you are before you can say, oh, this is where I want to go to. If you're not clear with where you are right now, it will be difficult to say, this is where I want to go to and this is how I'm going to get there. All right. Then the next question I have for you is, have you thought about funding a bigger lifestyle? What's your dream really? Like, what's your dream? I don't think we came to Canada without any dream. Anybody that is in Canada, you came with a dream. Have you forgotten that dream? Or have you thought about it? Or because you don't know how, you've just decided to drop the dream because you don't know how. And so you're like, let this dream stay one side, right? So these are questions that I want you to reflect on before I go into describing the 5 steps, okay? So now we're going to talk about the 5-step blueprint that can help you fund your lifestyle without depending solely on your paycheck. It will also help you to kind of live the life that that used to be just an imagination. Do you get what I mean? You can actually live the life that you dreamt about instead of just living the life that you are seeing right now. So that's really what we're going to talk about. Now, I have a little bit of will I say introduction before I get into this thing, because I want to put a disclaimer. This presentation, this conversation, this talk is not for everybody. I just want you to know that it's not for everybody. So some of it might appeal to you, some of it may not appeal to you, even all of it may not appeal to you. So that's why I want to put this disclaimer ahead of time, so that if that is you, then you don't have to stay on. You don't have to, continue listening. So number 1, if you are someone who is not willing to learn new ways to make money, this presentation may not be for you. This conversation may not be for you. If you are someone who is not willing to take some kind of risk, then this is not for you. If you are someone who ignores financial literacy, like you don't want to really learn about money, simple things like budget, like compound interest, like taxation, like mortgage. If you are someone who wants to ignore them, like you don't even want to know about them, then this conversation is not for you. And if you're someone who doesn't want to do anything else apart from a 9 to 5, you literally want to do a 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with it. But if that's what you want to do from now until your last day on earth, it is fine. But I just want to put a disclaimer here that you may not enjoy this conversation. Okay. So this conversation, like I said, is for people who are willing to learn, who are open to learning, who want to be financially literate, who are willing to take a little bit of risk, and who want to earn money in smarter ways. Okay. Having said that, let's get started. Step 1 of this framework. Okay. Step 1, 5-step soft life blueprint. Let's talk about step 1. Step 1 is something I call smart income. There are 2 types of income. There is smart income and there is hard income. I remember somebody that I asked that question and he said, does it mean there is foolish income? No, there is no foolish income. All income is income. We need it. We need to pay bills, right? So I don't describe it as foolish income. I said there is smart income and then there is hard income. Okay, that's why they say you work hard or you work smart. So hard income is when you are only trading your time for money. When you are selling, like I tell people, we are all selling, especially in this country. If you're an adult and you're in this country, you are selling. Most people are selling their time. Some are selling their skills. Some are selling their knowledge. Some are selling physical product. Some are selling digital product. Some are selling physical services. Some are selling digital services. But we are all selling. And that is the truth. So when I tell people smart income, look at what I look out for and what I will recommend you look out for when it comes to smart income. Number 1, it has to be low effort. You are a newcomer to Canada. Remember, these are who I'm talking to. You cannot afford to get into something that is tasking, physically tasking. You are settling down. If you're a mom, you came with children. I remember somebody said, come here, buy a car, a used car, and go and do Uber Eats. And then I looked at myself and I was like, I came here with a 7-month-old pregnancy. I had my baby about less than 3 months after I landed into this country. Now imagine if I landed and I said I want to do Uber Eats, like how? And then I had a toddler with me. So some of these income opportunities can work for some people, but it won't work for most people. So that's why I said what I look out for and what I advise people is, number 1, it has to be low effort. It cannot be physically tasking. If it's physically tasking, it's not smart income. So it has to be low effort. It has to be low cost. When I came, of course, I was looking. And then I saw this opportunity. They said, oh, start this business. And when I looked into it, I was told it's like $11,000. In fact, they went ahead to say, oh, you can even take a loan. And I'm like, as a newcomer with zero credit, zero credit score, what do they call it? So I realized that some of these things, they might look good on paper, but how practical is it? How realistic is it? So it has to be low effort, meaning it's not tasking. You need to still have time and energy to look for a job. All right. And then number two, it has to be low cost. Anything above $1,000 to start anything in this country is too much for a newcomer. It's too much. That's number two. Number three, it should be able to generate predictable cash flow in future. I didn't say cash. I said cash flow. So if you're looking for smart income, it has to be able to give you cash flow. Cash flow means you are working it. Over time, it starts generating you cash without taking 100% of your effort anymore. A job gives you cash. A job doesn't give you cash flow. And that's what I tell people, that the job is a guaranteed income source, but it's not a predictable income stream. And these are two different things. So while you are looking for that job, which we need, remember I said there is no bad income, there is no foolish income. Every income is allowed. But while you are working towards getting that income, make sure that you're building something that gives you predictable cash flow. That's what I bring under my smart income ideas. I don't tell you what to do. I just tell you what to look out for. So when I started looking for opportunities to earn income, this was my own benchmark. I didn't care that people were making money. I wasn't looking at someone making money. I wasn't looking at someone showing me checks. I wasn't looking at someone showing me envelopes. I wasn't looking at someone showing me their bank account. I was looking at, is it low cost? Is it low effort? Can it allow me build cash flow? Does it have passive income opportunities? Would it allow me retire from the job? Those are the things you look out for that are smart income. Now, I want to give a tip. Most immigrants come in and they say, oh, I want to sell clothes or sell, little things here and there. If you're doing it for the passion, all well and good. If you're doing it for money, that is a waste of time, because you cannot compete with Amazon. You cannot compete with Walmart. You cannot compete with Superstore. You cannot compete with Temu. You cannot compete with Shein. You do not have the budget to make wealth, to create wealth from those things. So if you're doing it for the passion of it, fine. But if it's money you're looking for, look for the things that you have competitive advantage. Look for the things that you can earn income as a newcomer, and you can make good income as a newcomer. Another advice I give for income is it has to be digital. You are new in this country, you don't know anybody. So your selling strategy has to be digital. You have to sell to people you don't know. Don't be that newcomer that comes into the country and start harassing the people around you just because you started something. You have to learn how to promote whatever you want to get into. Promote it in the digital space. That's what I call digital selling. When I came here, I didn't know anybody. Even the few that I knew, I can't come and be disturbing them. They have their life. And so I decided to enter the digital space and sell to people who I don't know, but they know me, because that's the goal. The goal of digital selling is sell to people who you don't know. So get them to know you and sell to them. All right. So that is number one. The question to you is, where are you at that? That is framework number one. Let's go to framework number two. For those that have now earning income, the income has started coming. Okay. Remember, the first goal is income. Don't listen to people that as you just enter, they are telling you, come and buy this one, come and buy that one, come and invest this one, come and, you just came. The goal, the only thing they should be telling you as a newcomer to Canada is, this is how you can earn income. That's why it's always my step one. Because if I had come to this country and I wasn't making money and somebody comes and tells me to start investing for the future, as how? Like with what? With what? So step one is let's get your income sorted. Step two is now where we talk about tax savings. Remember, I said you can't be in a new country and not know how the financial system works. So once that income has started coming, you now need to not pay too much more tax than you should. I'm not saying avoid tax. I'm not saying evade tax. I'm saying don't pay more tax than you should. So if there are ways to reduce the tax bill, your eyes have to be there as a newcomer, because reducing your tax bill allows you to have more money in the family pocket. You will have more money. In fact, I tell people that there are some people that they don't even need to get extra job. They just need to find how to reduce their tax bills and they will have more money. The problem is usually not a money problem, like I tell people. It's just a system problem. It's just a knowledge problem. So number two is tax savings. What are ways you can use and save on taxes? A lot of newcomers come to Canada, they open a tax-free savings account because they heard about it. So they walk up to their bank, I want to open TFSA. They open a TFSA, they're putting a certain amount there. And they're looking at the money is looking at them. They're looking at the money is looking at them. There's no growth. And if there's no growth, then there is no tax-free. All right? Number three, so tax-free savings account, you have to then know how to use it and know how to use it to grow tax-free wealth. Number three is liquid property. Have you seen that this is in steps, is step by step? Have your income sorted, then have your tax saving strategy sorted. Then you can now go into owning properties. And the first property to own has to be a liquid property. Liquid property is the property that protects every other property that you have. It protects your income. Your income is your property, right? It protects you against illness. Your health is your property, right? It protects you at retirement. It protects your home. The property that protects every other property that you have or you will ever have, that's the liquid property. And at the end of it, it still pays you. So liquid property should be gotten. Newcomers make that mistake. You come here, you make money, you save a little, you buy house. I don't know who gave us this 3-step framework. I have changed that framework. It is not you get in, you start earning income, you save, and then you buy a house. No. You earn income, you save, you own a liquid property, then you can think of buying a house. All right? So that's number three. I don't want to take so much time in this presentation, so I'm going straight up to it. But at the end of this presentation, if you want to now discuss in details, I'm going to put a link at the bottom. Just click on that link, book a time, let's discuss your situation. Okay, so that is liquid property. It is the property that protects every other property that you have. It's not a product, it's a strategy. You need to have a property that protects every other property that you have. Okay, then the fourth one on my 5-step blueprint, if you want to thrive, if you want to live a soft life, no matter what soft life is for you, soft life means different things to different people, but no matter what soft life means to you, these 5 steps is what will help you achieve it. So number 4 is leverage. What are you going to leverage to enjoy this soft life? First and foremost, you have to learn how to leverage technology. Yes. As you landed this country, your bill started piling up. You paid for utility. You paid for phone bill. You paid for data. I always make this joke. You already paid for the data even before you started looking for a job. Why aren't you leveraging that data to make money for yourself? Leverage is when you take advantage of something else. Take advantage of something you already have. You know, when they say, learn to use what you have to get what you want, don't look at it in a bad way. Don't look at it in a bad way. But leveraging is using what you have to get what you want. The first thing you have to leverage as a newcomer, because you've already paid for it, you have it already, and that is your phone and your phone internet. I don't know which country you're coming from. Where we are coming from, internet is not as, unlimited as it is here. So people couldn't do quite a lot of things that they can do here. So start from there. Leverage that your phone internet. The second thing you have to leverage is your RRSP. People don't know how to leverage it. Like I said, use what you have to get what you want. I want to buy house, I want to buy house, I want to buy house. But you have an RRSP contribution room. And or I don't know if you know that, but a company can actually fund that amount for you. Leverage it. If you have filed tax in this country, you have a contribution room for your RRSP. Leverage it. So leverage technology, leverage your RRSP, leverage a life insurance policy. People treat life insurance like it's an expense, like it's a bill. That's because you're not leveraging. When you leverage it, it becomes more than a bill. So these are the three things you have to leverage if you want to live a soft life. When you do number one, you do number two, you do number three, you do number four. If you missed it, number one is smart income. Number two is tax savings. Number three, liquid property. Number four, leverage. Number five, that's when you fund your soft life. Welcome to soft life. If you want to buy a house, you've used leverage. To even pay for the mortgage, you will now use passive income to pay. Why? Because you've built a smart income in the beginning. You are no longer tying your mortgage to salary. That thing is the biggest risk that I have noticed immigrants are taking. And these are the same immigrants that say, I don't like to take risk. I don't like to take risk, but you took the biggest risk ever, which is tying your mortgage to a salary that you have no control over, a salary that the only thing guaranteed in the salary is the 2 weeks you have worked for. You don't know if the next 2 weeks you are going to work for it. That's the only control you have. The only guarantee, people say at least is guarantee. The only guarantee is the day you went to work. You know that today they will pay me. People have gone to work in the morning and by evening they don't have that job anymore. So where is the guarantee? So when you follow the soft life blueprint, the fifth one, you would fund your lifestyle, your soft life. If soft life for you is traveling every year, you'll be able to travel every year. If soft life for you is to own big house and big car, you will own big house and big car and it will not stress you. If soft life for you is buying designer clothes, you will own your designer clothes and it will not stress you because you've understood number one, number two, number three, and number four. Whatever that soft life is for you, if you follow this blueprint, you will achieve it. It could take you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. This is my 5th year in Canada, and I have followed this blueprint. So I'm sharing this with you so that maybe it may not take you 5 years. Because if I knew this the day I landed, it would probably just take me two years max. Unfortunately, I knew about it 2 years after. I spent the first 2 years doing what every other person was doing. Right? So I hope that this is making sense to you. And if it's making sense to you, like I said, I'm going to drop a link at the end. You Click on that link if you want to have more conversations with me. If you're on TikTok, you already know how to get me. If you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, just click on the link at the bottom of the description, and then we can have a quick question. Now, I have showed you the 5-step blueprint. The question now means, which one do you have? Which one is working for you? Do you have smart income? Do you have tax efficient savings strategy? How much did your TFSA make for you last month? It's not enough to say, I have TFSA, because newcomers are so quick to say, I already have TFSA. The next question I ask them, how much did it make you last week or last month? How much did your money grow by? Doesn't have to be in thousands, but as long as that money, if it's $100 that was there last week, I don't want to see $100 again. And it is not your own money that should enter, it is the growth. That's what I'm talking about. How much? Not did you put extra money again? How much? Are you taking advantage of business expenses? People want to save on tax. I want to save. I want to save. They think it's just about going to make more money, going to make more money. Have you looked at the one you currently made? Have you looked inside it and say, how can I reduce the amount that I pay as tax? That's the question for you. The next question is, do you own a liquid property? The liquid property is a foundation. It's like building a house and you don't have a foundation. Small thing like this, wind will just blow and that house will collapse. So that's why I said the liquid property is the thing that keeps every other property. Without it, the other properties, they are paying rent, you know. they are living on borrowed time, because one thing can happen and wipe out all that investment. One thing can happen and wipe out all the savings, all that TFSA. Something can just happen and wipe it all out. So liquid property is the foundation for every other property that you have. Okay? And then leverage. Leverage. Everything, every single thing I've shared is not something that only a certain kind of people can do. That's why I call it a blueprint. Blueprint is something that anybody can grab it and run with it. You can't say, oh, it's not for me, it's for this kind of people. If you're a newcomer to Canada, you can grab this thing and you will get your soft life. If soft life is I want to retire from the job, because that was my soft life. When I came to this country, that was one of my goals. Because I already retired back home. I worked in the bank and in consulting for 10 years. And I said, I want to retire. I retired. So when I came here, I was like, I'm not still coming back here to go back to what I retired from. So that was number one on my list of soft life. What is your number one? What is your number one? So that's the question. Start checking with yourself. Do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have this? Are you leveraging? Leverage is the language of the rich. If you want to be wealthy, that's why I said that education is just the first thing, because you need to know what makes the rich to get richer, so that you will stop saying that they have an advantage. You know how we say, oh, it's you now. I remember somebody actually told me, oh, it's because you did not come alone. That's okay. You came alone. Let's create your own framework using these 5 steps. Number one, you can get an opportunity or a job opportunity or a work opportunity or an income opportunity that you can do from home, because that's what I'm doing from home. This has nothing to do with extra person in the house. This blueprint is something you can do. It can work for you. That's why I didn't tell you to go and do Uber. I didn't tell you to go and pack shift. You have kids. Where would they stay while you're packing the shift? So no matter the excuse you might give for some other things that people are doing, I know people who are business analysts, for example, they are skilled, or maybe tech gurus or medical doctors. You can give those examples and say, you're a medical doctor now, you studied medicine, so I can't do it. But you see soft life, every single thing I have itemized in the soft life blueprint, and nobody can use it and become a somebody. So we're not here to say things that will not work for you. It can work for you. The question is, are you willing to give it a try so you can live that soft life? Because when I came, I met people that were here before me 10 years, 15 years, still kind of like hustling. And I'm like, if I do not do something different, someone else will come here 10 years later and see me still hustling. And I said, that's not going to be on my watch. And that's why I'm encouraging you today to tell yourself, this is not going to be on your watch. Soft life is very possible. Okay, let me see a few questions someone asked. I think it's on TikTok. I may not see questions on Facebook, but let me see if there's a question here. I know somebody said something about things are tough. It's so difficult here in Calgary. What is difficult, Rex? I want to know that thing that is difficult in Calgary. You know, because it's not enough to say something is difficult. Why is it difficult? That's the question. If something is difficult, ask yourself, why is it difficult? Could it be because of something you don't know that you should know? Could it be, oh, there's something I need to learn? Maybe because I didn't know this. I know someone who said, oh, I want to, I need to make money. I have young kids, I have children, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, have you learned how to just take this phone that you have? We know how to run and go and buy the latest phone, iPhone 17, iPhone this, iPhone that. But have you said, okay, let me go and see how I can promote something? Could be your skill. If there's one thing immigrants have in this life, is skill. We know how to make hair. We know how to cook. We have all the skills. Our problem is just how to market the skill, how to sell the skill. That's where leverage comes in. Learn it. The same way you learned how to cook, the same way you learned how to make hair, learn how to market it. Don't say, I don't know, because you did not wake up and just now know how to make hair. You learned it. So the same way you learned how to make hair, some people cannot make hair. I cannot make hair to save my life. That's why God gave me 2 boys, because I'm not about ready to come and be plaiting anybody's hair. Right? So the one that I know how to do, I said, okay, let me learn how to sell it. Because other people know how to talk like this. Some people know how to talk, they know how to teach, but they cannot sell it. So every single thing you know how to do, your skills, your knowledge, your experience, the product, the service, is not enough to know it. You have to learn to sell it. And technology has made it so easy for you to learn to sell it. That's why I say leverage. So whatever problem you say you have, the answer is in the soft life blueprint. See, former teacher back home, but I feel like I can't sell. Learn it. How did you learn to teach? The same way you learned to teach is how you're going to learn to sell. So every single problem you think you have as a newcomer to Canada or even any country. If you're watching me, maybe you're like, maybe this thing is only for Canada. Even if you're in UK, even if you're in the US, even if you're in Europe, you see this soft life blueprint, it can work for you. So if you want us to discuss more, it's pretty straightforward. Just click the link. You're going to see it in my description. Click that link. Let's look at your own situation. This is not a sales pitch. I said it's my mission to show newcomers and to show immigrants that soft life is possible. So as long as soft life is what you want, let me show you how it's possible. Okay? So thank you all so much. This has been an amazing how many minutes. I didn't want to take so much time so that people can watch the replay. And, if you have questions that I didn't address or I didn't answer, please drop it in the comment and then I will get to it. Okay? If you want to have a chat on TikTok, you know what to do. My calendar is in my link in my bio. Just click on it and book a time. You'll be in my calendar, I'll be in your calendar. We remind each other. Or you send me a DM with your phone number and your province, I will give you a call. Same with Facebook and LinkedIn. Just click the link, book a time, or DM me with Soft Life. If you DM me Soft Life, we can take the conversation from there. Okay. So on that note, I'll say thank you so much for coming. We're going to be having Soft Life series every other Friday. So I'll see you again next in a fortnight, I believe. All right. So thank you all so much and have an